It was 717, 717, the anointed one, mystical kid, mystic kid. Yes, sir. Can I get it? Preach. And basically, I'm going to be talking about this is the 7th installment of my spiritual warfare. Principalities, wicked darkness in high places. Basically, spiritual principalities, not necessarily what you would deem physical. So, this last video that I'm going to be talking about on spiritual warfare, it took me about a week. You know, I just got a new job, you know, my 9 to 5 in this matrix bullshit, so I could pay my rent for now until I find another way, because it's going to happen. But basically, I'm just going to touch up on things I already said, talking about the transgender. And if you look on my other videos, you'll see I have no hate towards anyone. I'm just making observations based on what I see. And there's a transgender, and that is basically to also give you DID and to make you confused. But confusion is the illusion. But it's also to open the gateways to transhumanism. Basically, our biology and technology merging into one, to where we're not ever what we are now. And I'll be damned, I'm not going to allow that. I'm straight on that. And that's all I'm going to touch on that subject. The people who run the world, the wizards and warlocks, back with the ancient Druids, they all do sacrifices. It's just how it just goes with the territory. It is what it is. And basically they print the money, you know what I mean? It even goes beyond, it's like these fucking reptilian, draconian, entities. You've seen the dark crystal skull that Jim Henson, Dark Castle, Crystal Skull, those bird-like reptilians, those things exist. These things survived the dinosaur age because they were on the ground. They're old as fuck, ancient. Just like Jeepers Creepers when they held his hand. He's ancient, yeah. Jeepers Creepers, smell your fear. Adrenochrome coming at you. That Mexican pedophile who made that movie, he knew some things. It seems like when you're in the inn, on the up and up, the upper echelon, a lot of them are into that pedophilia. I don't really understand it. Supposedly these reptilians are into that shit too, so I don't know. But they also eat humans, Missing 411, a lot of people that go missing. It's like a lot of different variations, but some of them get snatched up by these reptilians, get fucking eaten. It tastes like cantaloupe to them. They love it. They don't like if you smoke. And there's ones, big one, larger ones, smaller ones as a whole, different. Just like dinosaurs have, even like the same species has so many substrates. It's the same thing with the reptilians. There's ones with different color scales, all that jazz. That'll be another video. But yeah, they exist and they're actually running the show. We could do things that they can't do, so they just use us and manipulate us. So, because humans are very a unique species. I think I told you before, when you learned to spell in school, you were casting under a spell. Then you were taught to learn in cursive, putting a curse. You were putting a curse on yourself. Why were we taught cursive, putting words together? It just doesn't really make sense. When do you ever use cursive now? It doesn't happen. Alright, this reality, this illusion, this matrix sometimes, I really feel like, I don't know what CERN did or whatever, I feel like the gateways to hell have been unleashed, and there's so much beauty that I still see, and I still have faith that we can restore it and bring You know, maybe I have the wrong, you know, since, you know, we're just a vessel, we're actually a, you know, spiritual entity, whatever you want to call it, in our soul. But, almost forgot what I was saying. But anyways, another thing I was touching up on is basically porn is crazy. How something so evil is just at your fingertips, and you have so much access to that, and nobody's saying a damn thing because the money. But weed is illegal. Get the fuck out of town. All right, a couple other things I'm gonna touch up on is I was talking about in another video how through astral projection I felt like I glimpsed up certain layers of hell, and I talked about you know, a fog, a mist, and it made me. I didn't say this before, but I thought of you know, Stranger Things, that fog and mist. You know, when L11 goes, you know, that's her little mental projection, goes into another dimension, and it seems to have that. It seems to be a lower dimension, and it seems to have that fog, that mist, that weird. You know, it's hard to say exactly what it is, but that's exactly it. If I had to compare it, if I had to tell you with words, that would be the best way I could compare it. I talked about in my last video how 12, you know, had a correlation in a lot of things. You know, 12 months of the year. It's a lot of things, and also, you know, in ancient, you know, in Kemet, in Egyptian, they talk about the 12 gateways to hell, you know, Anubis. And I also talked about how, you know, when you die, you don't go straight to judgment. You don't, you know, the afterlife is serious. Why do you think the mummy spent 40 days wrapping the body up? This is to preserve the body and not let any demonic entities be able to access it while you're traveling through the afterlife. Because the afterlife is a journey. And the ancient Egyptians, they knew this. We lost this knowledge, but it's time that we get it back. You know, take our Merkaba light ship, Ascension. You know what I'm saying? That's the name of the game. Every day learn, every day grow. It's the only way to beat the system. You know what I mean? You know, I never want to put myself on videos talking about this stuff. I'm a low-key type dude. You know, I be chilling. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I try to be inconspicuous in everything I do. But, you know, I just feel like there's things that need to be said. So I'm going to say it. You dig? Alright. Got a few notes here. Let me see if there's anything I missed. You know what I'm saying? Now this is stuff that I'm going to talk about in my next video, psychological warfare. You know, the phones, you know, I see everybody on their phones. It's like a moth to light, like a buzzing light. Zzz. People just with their fucking heads in their phones, just getting out of hand. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Some other things, some other observations that I recently made is I believe that when you see deja vu a lot, it means you're on the wrong path. Kind of like in the Matrix, deja vu is a bad thing. When you see deja vu, it means you need to change your path. That you're seeing something, a repetitive cycle, and you need to change your path. When you have synchronicity, when things align, when something that has nothing to do with something else, kind of like, well, synchronicity is weird. It's just like you read a book and a certain subject you read about, and then all of a sudden that pops up everywhere, you know. And you could say that just, you know, you just broaden your horizons. You were more consciously aware, so now you see it. But I believe in synchronicity, and when you're doing the right things, numbers too, you'll see synchronicity. It's something that you have to experience If you don't know what synchronicity is, then research it. You know, y'all got Google, Alexa. I don't be using that shit, but my phone be listening to me any damn way. So what the fuck does it matter? All right, and yeah, that's basically everything that I needed to wrap up for this video on spiritual warfare, you know, spiritual wickedness, darkness in high places. And the last thing that I want to address is the Hebrew letter. You see that? I drew that. It's alright. The Hebrew letter Vav, which is 6, and it's the V or W. Okay? And then you see the Monster energy drink. You know? It's Vav, which is 6, 3 times. You can see it clear as day. 666. Hebrew, Gematria, Kabbalah, that shit is way more ancient than English and is still practiced by many mystics, wizards, rabbis, people of high knowledge. Alright, sorry. I'm like trying to get this shit in line. And then you see Monster. You see the word. It has a cross through it. So when you tip it upside down and you drink it, you're putting a cross upside down. And you know, the motto of Monster is unleash the beast. That shit couldn't be more blunt if they fucking tried. And you know, the thing is, they put this shit in your face all the time through movies, through television shows, and it's to make you think that, oh, it's just entertainment. Yeah, nah, motherfucker. These people aren't even that fucking creative. Most of these Dip Van Deuce's fucking ducks, sellouts in Hollywood. I'm more talented than all of them. Real talk. I always like to tell everyone, you know, I'm a Gemini like Brad Pitt. A lot of Geminis are mad talented, fam. Alright, so so one thing I wanted to show you, just so you know, you knew I wasn't fucking around. Alright, so there's the Hebrew letter Vav. You see by the 6. Alright, there's another thing I saw that was pretty cool. I saw with the Chinese alphabet had some crazy stuff to it. Like chi energy was a letter. It was wild. And look up the Chinese Chinese letters, and you'll be amazed at the things that resonate with you that you had no idea. You know, symbols. And you know, let me see if I could pull up real quick. I just wanted to pull up the monster logo so you can see it firsthand. You feel me? And you see the cross through the But yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up. 717, you know what I'm saying? It's the kid, Mr. Kid, the anointed one. You dig? Preach. I'm out. And I'll be back with psychological warfare, and I'll do a series of videos on that. There's a lot to talk about with that, just the same as spiritual warfare, and there's a million things else I could talk about, but I'm gonna bring that up on specific other subjects. You know, Missing 411, I dove deeper into that, and I got some things I want to talk about with that. You know, 800,000 missing kids every year. Like, and the FBI don't care. It's fucking wild. Alright, I'm gonna holla at y'all. Peace.